not my life. Well, my routine is trying to figure my very bad habits, which I kind of understood that the habits define who you are. And it's hard. You
No,
need.
I know what is the best way to identify bad habits. You know what it is? I know it. I
No,
know.
I don't.
Yes,
I don't.
yes,
No, we
yes.
don't.
No, yes.
Shut up.
Yes, no, I'm going
You.
to say it.
This is his bad habit too, and mine too. He interrupts me.
No. The only way to really identify bad habits that you don't know you have is to get married. And then you have somebody that can, with a lot of, good attention, look at what you're doing and criticize you about and that's how you discover all the bad habits.
Oh.
And then little by little through the years you realize it's not only bad habits that you have. This person, carefully reminds you that you are also, these bad habits makes you a bad person. And little by little you end up figuring out,
clearly,
this is a great
clearly
relationship.
he has issues. Clearly he hasn't moved on from his marriage issues.
It's the best way to identify your
No.
bad habits. Get married.
Yeah, get married. No, the thing is bad habits
Mhm.
are easier to get than the good ones, because the bad habits are the shortcut for your brain to have a quick reward.
Mm-hmm.
And the good habits, such as working out every day,
Yeah.
the reward is not instant.
Yeah, it's easier.
It takes time.
It's
It
easier
takes
to smoke a
time.
cigarette than to
Yeah,
do
it's-
20
it-
push-ups. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time. So of course, when you acquire a bad habit, it's easier because you get a reward.
Mm-hmm.
And habits are like the way you don't overthink the habits, meaning that
Because you
way-
get addicted, I guess.
the habits are physical,
Okay.
meaning that you don't overthink when you go and pee or fart or or take a shower. You have an order. For me, I have an order to take a shower, but I don't overthink. You don't have an order?
Yeah, I guess I
How
do.
the way you dress or your morning
Oh yeah,
routine?
yeah. No, yeah.
So it's an habit.
I
It's
tell my daughter, why do you have your pants without having your socks first? You put your socks first and then you put your
Yeah,
pants.
but it's you.
But
And
to me,
you're
you have your
Yeah,
pants before your socks. No.
yeah.
I
For
don't-
me, it's the same.
You like the socks and pants thing?
At First,
Uh,
first I put my clothes
yes,
on,
and then you take your shower.
and then I take a shower, and it's you save money because then you wash your clothes.
Yes.
No, but I mean the habits are by repetition,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't overthink. So it's more physical than mental. So of course that
It's
defines.
funny what you said. It's I
What?
have this habit that I only did one time. Yeah,
What?
of course it's repetitive. It's an habit.
But yeah, you create it by
Yes.
repetition,
Yes.
like meaning that today you start
I think she was really...
picking your nose.
She's not getting my vibe. She's really trying to make a point and she's like
Yeah,
really
because-
focused on her point
Because
right
I want to help the little things that I can help.
now. Hey, Johnny,
Help.
Johnny over there.
Yes, you.
I'm gonna help you.
Maria over there, Jose, or anyone that can hear me or
with
can
a Hispanic name apparently.
with Hispanic names, Mexicans over there that want to improve. So as I was saying, it's more physical, so that's why it's easy to get into bad habits because you don't overthink, you just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You just do it. So it's
Like
really,
masturbation. Like you don't-
no, for masturbation you need to overthink. You just like, well, I'm bored.
Yes. What
What
can I do?
And I am
I'm
single.
I'm
and I
bored
am-
and I'm broke. What can I do? Masturbate.
Yeah. So as I was saying, it defines our personality. So if you ask a characteristic of my personality,
Mm-hmm.
all the descriptions that you will say to me, it's because of my habits.
Mm-hmm.
So behind a description of your personality, it's always,
Like you mean you're defined by your habits?
yes, you are defined by your good and bad habits.
Oh.
Like if you are, for instance, like you are always late,
Mm-hmm.
your personality is like, oh, this guy, it's always late.
Yeah.
Or if you are always
Well, if you want to know somebody by the surface, basically, it's what you can notice about
no
the person.
no I can say, like, for instance, you, like I was saying a few minutes ago, like you criticize a lot. I'm not saying it's a bad habit.
Constructive criticism.
sometimes constructive, but so I was saying that it describes your personality. So it's a good time to transform the bad habits to a good habit, right? So you want to identify Maria, Joe, Pablo, Ben, everyone, guys. You want to know which is your bad habits?
Nobody wants to know. No.
Why? You want to be the shitty person?
No. Yeah.
You
No.
want to be a
No.
shitty
What is
person?
your bad habit?
Oof. So you need.
I know one.
Oh, which one?
Like she.
No, but bring me. Do you have a pen?
No.
Yeah, I need a pen and I need a paper. We need to locate the place where we constantly do these bad habits. Like for me, one of my bad habit is going to bed very late, and that created.
Me too.
I have insomnia, so
yeah, it's really bad. You need really 8 hours of sleep for your whole body to recuperate.
That's a very. It has been very stressful for me, especially at the beginning of this year, not being able to sleep at all. Sometimes I was just sleeping
you
like
go
2
crazy.
hours, and I was very like the next day I was of course very tired or whatever. But then I start like, okay, I need to change my routine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I start doing all my face and my self-care, my skincare routine at night.
Yes.
But so if you have a paper, or you don't have to have a paper or in a pen, you just need to know exactly these three things. Well, not these things, like where does it happens to me, like the location, of course, if I have insomnia, my apartment, my bedroom. At what time? Well, I usually was going to bed at around 10:30. So that's when I was trying to go to bed. And then what was the emotional state that I was when I was lying on bed trying to fall asleep? And I found out that I was feeling abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
Abandoned.
Abandonment.
Especially when my daughter is not with me.
Yeah.
Like when I feel alone, I feel like abandoned. If there's other people around, because sometimes you tend to develop bad habits or good habits if with others. So in this case, for me, of course, I am alone. And what it was the immediate action when I start feeling abandonment, I just turn on the TV again to not feel that I was lonely or abandoned.
Yeah.
So of course, the more I was watching TV, and of course I wanted to feel instead of feeling abandoned and sad, I was putting Friends all the time to laugh.
The TV show Friends, yes.
So of course I wasn't like I wasn't falling asleep. So instead of going to bed at 10, then it was at 11, then at 12, then at 1, then all of a sudden it was 2. And I was like, okay, I cannot continue like this.
That happened to me last week, actually. Sorry, but like this 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock thing, like I was like, I know I go to bed very late, but this is getting out of hand because the next day, you can pretend to be all like coffee does his work in the morning, but then after like beginning of the afternoon, after lunch, you're like, I cannot, like everything takes twice the time. And so the cycle on that I found for myself is that it's not because I'm slower at my job, but the work is going away. So I'm staying later. So this is the bad cycle. It's because you decided like TikTok, for instance, like you get like on TikTok and you're like and until 3 a.m. So okay. And so I figured, so I did not finish everything that I need to do for the day. So I'm working later, more hours, which delay my dinner, which delay my relaxing time, which it delays everything. And so then you go to bed again later, and it's like it's
a cycle,
the bad cycle that you're on. And
this, for me, it was very, because we discussed like when I was feeling so stressed because I wasn't able to sleep, like I was getting very stressed because I need to function, because I need to work.
Yes.
So I wasn't functioning correctly in my job. So then it's when you identify.
Get the microphone closer, because it's like I'm right.
When you identify your bad habit, that's when you need to make a plan to change it.
Yes,
So
if
for
you want
me,
to,
if
like,
I want, no, of course you have to have the will, because if you want to keep
it's
the bite cycle, but when I start to
a lot
feeling,
of people give up on a lot of things because it's too much. Like we develop a lot of like bad habits or bad cycles or bad things, and
but
we're
because it's
and
easier, that's
and
what
we
I'm.
get, yeah, but we get overwhelmed by the entire work that needs to be done. It's like, eat healthy, exercise more, do more at your job if you want to have a promotion, be better with your kids, homeschool,
Yeah,
like you have like so many stuff, and you're like, I cannot be
yeah,
perfect.
yeah, I know, but that's why it's very important. That's why I'm just starting with 3,
Mm-hmm.
because of course if I do this, probably I will have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, because there are things that biting your nails. Some that those are bad habits, because it's not just biting your nails. Like what is provoking that you need to feel that you need
Yeah,
to
it's
bite your nails. But that's why they say, and my therapist told me, like, you have to start like with 3 or 4 bad habits.
because
Write it, right?
they're called like fixation
Write it,
or.
yeah, write it down and look for the pattern. What
Mm-hmm.
pattern are you repeating?
Yeah, okay, so you can like
It
identify the pattern. You can see what is
and change.
the bad habit, the things that there is a reason why you do it. How do you replace that?
That's the thing. Sorry, tequila. That's the thing. Like when you identify, for me,
Mm-hmm.
the constant was it. The constant could be either a location or whatever of the things that I mentioned,
Which are?
which are the location, the time, the emotion that you were feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and the action.
Yeah.
So once you identify one of those, that it's a constant, then that's why because in the past my TV was on my bedroom.
In your bedroom, yeah.
So I moved it to the living room, which I don't like either, but I did it. And I put like a plant with lights in front of my
Mm-hmm.
bed, because that keeps me calm. And that's when I start my routine, my night routine, like, which is wash my face, because that is triggering my brain to see, like, okay, it's time for you
It's a
to go
transition
to,
time,
yeah,
yeah.
it's time for you to go to bed and to relax and give your body the time that it needs to recover, because tomorrow it's a new day. So that's why you have to do, I mean, that's how I identify my, like, you have to at least give it a try for 2 or 3 days to identify your patterns,
Yeah.
and then replace it with a good reward. For me, a good reward is to having a good skin.
Yeah, that was my question. Yeah, like what is the satisfaction
You have
that you get out of your
a
that you
good
replace?
reward. Now that you have that you have identified your bad habit.
Mm-hmm.
The bad habit gave me got rid of my anxiety of feeling abandoned
For a short period of time,
for a short period of time. Yes,
and
and
it was
then
coming back.
I identify that. So I identify as well a good reward for me, which
Mm-hmm.
is making sure that I was taking care of myself, and it's a good reward
Mm-hmm.
that will show in my skin. So I replace it with that every night for the last 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
I follow my routine. I put my daughter on bed when she's with me, and then I wash my face. I do all these
And
things.
so it's working.
Yes, I mean, it's taking more time. I mean, it's not as easy as say it,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I relapse. Like, no, 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 the fuck, I'm going to watch
Friends.
Friends, Friends, and especially in quarantine, it was very
Yeah, these
hard.
were like different time.
It was, but still,
Well, yeah, we're still actually.
I did it. I'm still doing it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's something that it take my time and my money, because I have spent quite money in my skin,
Yes.
so it better work, and it's helping. At least I'm not going to bed at 2 or 3. I am going to
Mm-hmm.
bed at 11:30, 12,
Mm-hmm.
which is better than
It's an
going.
improvement. Yes.
Yeah, it's an improvement. I still wake up at 4 or 5, but then I fall asleep back again. So that's a good thing. And it was I mean, it's a very bad habit to get rid of, like going to bed late and on top of that, I was eating like crazy at night
Mm.
because you're watching Friends, or I was feeling, yeah, I want to laugh. So I was like doing peanut butter sandwiches at
Mm-hmm.
11, 12 with
Yeah.
my hot milk.
That doesn't help to fall
That
asleep.
doesn't help. Yeah. So that's one. And another one, it's that's what I put like underachiever multitasker.